Friends, in this video for I Thought Wealth, I am going to talk to you on the topic why corporate governance is floundering in India. We are seeing crisis after crisis in companies. More often than not, we see crisis in professionally managed companies. Companies which are established to serve broader public interest are seeing bigger corporate governance issues. Are executives taking it away from the shareholders? Who is responsible to keep the board, the organization, and corporate governance on track? What is the responsibility of the independent directors? How about public directors, those who are appointed to protect public interest? Do they even know what's going on? Are they capable of asking questions of the executives or the owners? These are questions which give us great discomfort. In company after company, we are seeing that boards are making decisions which turn out to be against shareholders. They are participating in moves which eventually hurt shareholder interest. They keep quiet on issues which gravely affect shareholder interest. So you have three types of things which happen. One, encouraging the wrong things. Two, keeping quiet. Third, allowing things to happen. All three are part of corporate governance failures. Why is it that we are seeing more of this come into the public domain? The truth remains that most of these things have been going on. It's just that they are coming to the surface now. And as they come to the surface, the discomfort is growing for the investor. It's growing for the shareholder. We are not seeing the parties concerned face acute discomfort. They don't seem to be as much affected as the shareholders. So it's the duty of the shareholder to be vigilant. It is our duty to ask the right questions. It is our duty to flag lapses. It is our duty to highlight where we see a crisis coming. And we need to be vigilant. Our representatives are never going to be as vigilant as their roles demand, because their appointment itself is engineered by the executive board or the promoter. An ex-employee becomes an independent director. Somebody who is connected to the company indirectly becomes an independent director. We see that large shareholders who don't run the company influence appointment of directors even in independently run companies. These directors are often incapable of even handling the demands of the role. For example, what would a professor of English or physics know about corporate governance? Is he adequately knowledgeable to handle that situation? A research scientist is often put in a corporate board where the demands are very, very different. How much is he equipped to smell financial fraud if he is part of the audit committee? Is he taking whatever the company's executives give him on face value, or does he have some basic skill to dig in and find out? Does he even understand forensics? Does he have the business sense to identify where numbers are not represented fairly to him? Most of these questions will be very, very uncomfortable. And we are now appointing directors based on a system which is never going to become efficient or serve our interest. Somebody who passes some exam will become a director. Again, this is oriented towards more academics becoming independent directors. Often, we take retired civil servants, those who have served government at the highest levels, as independent directors. For many people who have served government, Directorship is a retirement posting. So if they have 2-3 directorships, that gives them sitting fees and they are settled. So this has become some kind of a vocation and not as much a public duty. The preparation itself is not oriented towards public duty. Shareholder directors are never encouraged. Shareholders never consider it their duty to appoint one of their own to companies. We have been seeing this talk come and go, but nothing concrete has happened. In fact, most of us are averse to even considering becoming directors in any public company. The reason is that we know that companies will always find a workaround and we will be held accountable when those lapses come to the surface. This is the sad state of corporate governance in our country. At the highest level, we are seeing lapses emerge. And the sad irony is, hereafter, these lapses will come more and more to the surface. At least till now, they were hidden. Now, you can't hide them anywhere in the digital era. Somewhere, somebody very smart is going to pull it to the surface and expose the company. As shareholders, we will be victims with no power to avoid or to preempt or to act proactively to avoid such a thing. This is our predicament and we need to wake up and we need to act decisively, ask the right questions of companies, flag mistakes, highlight issues and organize ourselves much better so that at least our interest in companies is not drastically affected because the people who should show fiduciary responsibility inevitably fail us. Somebody else's failure cannot become our failure. I have always felt that when somebody else's failure becomes our failure, we look ridiculous in our own eyes and in the eyes of others. It's a sad thing that a victim will be abused. This has happened to shareholders of so many companies. It has happened to all of us and it will happen all the more in the coming years. So, it is our duty to be more vigilant, to be more discerning, to be more selective, to judge sharply and to avoid places where we could see iffy boards do wrong things. So, we need to avoid these places and steer clear of such companies and try and maintain a universe which is sanitized and a kind of a investment bubble inside which we are safe. We live in very difficult times and the times are only going to get more difficult. Thank you for watching this video.